Stick around with me, we'll spice up that boring old blues rhythm. What's up everyone? Welcome to Overdrive Guitar Channel. Today is episode 2 in a series of blues tips. In the first one we looked at some spicy rhythms, right? We're looking to get away from that kind of basic right? Nothing wrong with playing that, but we're looking to get a little more harmonically rich, right? So as far as a really small channel goes, my first video in the series got a pretty good response, so here goes another one. Before we jump right into it, I'm gonna show you how to play that basic rhythm that I was playing in that playing example in the beginning. As far as gear, I'm using my Squier Classic Vibe 60s Strat. It's just a Texas special in the neck. I got a gray bottom in the middle, and that's where I'm gonna live for this video. I'm running right into an audio interface, and I am using THU, and I'm using a preset from their 60s rock pack. I'm really surprised at the new THU stuff actually. Real quick, before we jump into the lesson, if you enjoy guitar gear lessons like this, you wanna see more, you wanna support a small channel like this, please just hit like and subscribe below. Thank you. All right, so let's jump right into this lesson. I'm gonna play through 12 bars and then we'll break it down. So the first thing we're going to do to play this rhythm is we're going to take part of our A7 chord, okay? This is a blues in A. So we're going to take part of this A7 chord, right? We're just going to use kind of the top 4 strings, okay? And we're going to make a bar at the 5th fret, and we're going to trill on that major 3rd on the 6th fret of the G string, right? After that, we're going to play a double stop on the D and the G string at the 7th fret. Okay, so those are our 2 basic kind of chord shapes, or it's kind of a dyad and a little bit of a chord shape, right? That's what we're going to use for our 1 chord section of our 12-bar blues progression, okay? So slowly, the rhythm of our first 4 bars of our 1 chord is going to sound something like this. All right, all we're doing is using that piece of the A7 and the double stop on the 7th fret. Okay, real simple. Next, we're going to use a 9 chord, okay? our 4 chord, which is a D in the key of A, right? It's going to be a 9 chord. Root on the 5th fret, okay? And to get that same sense of kind of movement we had over the 1 chord, we're just going to go down half a step and come back up to our 4 chord. Okay, so putting that kind of to the rhythm that we're using, it's going to sound something like this. Okay. So all together, we have this. So now we go back to our 1 chord and we use those same 2 chord fragments, okay? And we kind of spice up the rhythm just a little bit, right? We're building tension. So slowly this section is going to sound like this. Okay, just a little bit different rhythm, right? Now we get to our 5 chord, right? This is all just part of our basic 12-bar progression. If you don't yet know the 12-bar progression, that's a whole nother lesson. Go back, learn it, come back to this video, okay? Anyways, the 5 chord, okay, we're gonna use that same 9 chord shape that we used for the 4 chord. We're at the point in our progression where we're kind of starting the turnaround. So we have a bar of the 5 chord, right? Bar of the 4 chord. All right, back to our 1. Now we end on our 5. Okay, so slowly our turnaround section, starting with the 5 chord. Okay, I just give that chuck to give a lot of time to get back to that 5 chord, right? And it kind of helps for that tension release, right? This kind of blues progression is all about building tension and then releasing it. And that chuck not only helps you kind of have time to get to that 5 chord, kind of adds to that tension. So we've went through each part slowly now. Let's go through the whole thing slow, then I'll go through the whole thing quick, and I'll leave you with some kind of words of advice on how to really play this with feeling and make it your own. Okay, let's kind of bring that up to speed. All right, so real simple kind of 12-bar progression, right? But a lot more satisfying to play and a lot more satisfying for the lead guitarist to solo over, right? Or if you're just at home looping by yourself, that is a lot more satisfying to play over, right? There's a lot more going on, a lot more kind of harmonic movement, if you want to call it that, if you want to be fancy, right? There's just a lot more to play on, and you can kind of say a lot more, right? Or at least that's my experience. All right, so a little bit of advice I'm going to leave you with. Just like I always say, if you're having trouble kind of getting through it, slow it down, get it right, get it under your fingers, get it right, speed it up to the correct tempo. Just like any other thing you learn on guitar, people have a tendency to just want to rush it, right? Take it from me, in the long run, you will learn much faster if you learn it slow and clean and then speed it up. The other thing I'm going to say also has to do with tempo, and it has to do with lots of other stuff. Whether it's this rhythm, whether it's some other guy teaching you something, or whether you're kind of grabbing licks from an Eric Clapton video, you should never be worried about playing something exactly like somebody does, right? Try to get the same point across, capture the emotion. But if you're playing a little slower or faster, or your band has more or less instruments in it, it's gonna kind of change the way you want to play, right? Whether you want to fill out the sound more or lay back to allow room for more people. So get this basic rhythm under your fingers, make it your own. You saw in the playing example in the beginning, I added some single note stuff. Do whatever feels good, right? This is just kind of a loose guideline. So play your guitar, have fun. I've been John. Thank you for joining me at Overdrive Guitar Channel. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like and subscribe. It goes a long way to help me. Thank you.